In our previous episode, the Germans were running way west, pushing back the Americans, but now it's the Americans' turn, so let's see where we pick up from there. So let's go ahead and resume solitaire game. So let's select the resume solitaire game button, click there. The game will come up and then boom, we're back where we left off. We have the Americans though, as you can see over here. Phasing player is the Americans, and on the other side we've got the Germans, but the Germans made some headway toward Bastogne, but good news, hey, we've got it to where the Americans still have got 6 victory points. They've got Liège, Dinant, and Bastogne, and the Germans got nothing. So as the American player, there's not a lot of options and things that we can do here, so what we're going to do is we're going to run back and try to cover ourselves. This scenario is made to be an introduction for digital Hex Blitz to get you used to moving units, and it's intended for it to be pretty easy for the German to win. So since we're the Americans though, it means we're probably got a pretty good chance to lose. So let's go ahead and try to cover our bases and pull back a bit. So what we're simply going to do is to take the American units and put them back into as best as we can of a defensive position. So let's start with Bastogne. Right now we've got Bastogne and we've got this German armor here and this German armor here, which isn't really fun to have around you. So what we can do though is have a shorter amount of space around Bastogne for the attacker to be able to hit us, so it makes it easier for us to defend. Like right now the German could go from here to there and that would be bad, but if they could have 3 places to come in on Bastogne, that'd be 3 times as bad. So we're going to fill up some of these hexes around Bastogne to make it harder for the German to be able to attack Bastogne. So we're going to move some of these guys over here. So we're going to start by moving this guy here. He could attack there, but we really don't want to do that. Well, we could in the meantime, but we're going to move here, and then that lets that guy be able to defend. And let's go ahead and move him a little further over to, you know, most of our units are backing over here, so we're going to move him backing over more, so we're going to move him over another one. So that way we've got this covered so the Germans can attack from that side. So we're going to go ahead and move this unit from here to there to leave that much less space. So basically the German now can only attack from here to there, which is going to be a 1-to-1 attack, which I'm not jealous of that if I'm the German. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that like that. So we're going to take this guy and move him over from here and move them over to here to go ahead and protect our flank some more. Then we've also got Liège, which doesn't have a lot of space. And then what we've got here though, we've got 3 American units and 1 German here, so that's kind of tasty. Maybe we should do a little bit of a counterattack, and I'm thinking, why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and counterattack, and then because we've got this guy in the corner with Liège, so he can't get flanked from the top because there's no hexes there. So let's go ahead and let's do a counterattack. So let's go ahead and counterattack with this American, and that American. I'm smelling 3-to-1 odds, and that could be pretty good. So we might want to see what we can do to have that happen. So we've got 3-to-1 set up here, 3 Americans against 1 German, so that works pretty cool. And then in the meantime, let's go ahead and pull back this American from there to there and from there to there, and let me put him back here. Let's see here. Let's put more of a defense in the middle. Let's put this guy over here. Let's put this guy here to help defend. And then let's pull this American up over here to help defend the middle more, to keep Dinant from being able to be hit. And then let's go ahead and move some of these. Yeah, let's leave him there to help defend Bastogne to keep from getting any more attack over there. So we've moved all the units I want to move now for the American. Basically looking to move back and make as small of an area for the Germans to attack, like there's just one hex that you can attack on Bastogne right now, which doesn't leave them a whole lot. And then same thing with Liège. Can't touch Dinant. Meanwhile, we're going to do a little bit of a counterattack. So let's go ahead and hit combat phase. And we've got one attack, which we got a 3-to-1 on that German. As we recounted before, we've got a 5% chance of losing the Americans. 15% chance of the Americans routing, which would be bad because we don't have very far from any of them to rout, to go backwards, to retreat. 45% of the defender chance retreating 1, and then a 15% chance of the defender being eliminated, which that sounds good to us. So let's go ahead and resolve the currently shown combat. And boom, defender retreats. So yay, sent the big bad German back. So do I want to move one of the Americans into the vacated location? And you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. To go ahead and push the German line back a little bit. So let's hit yes. And then we just have to choose one of these by choosing the number key for the one. I can either do 1, 2, 3. And I'm thinking I don't want to move 1 because, well, I guess I could, but then that guy could slip in and come around and flank Dinant. Pardon me, Liège. We don't want to do that. I can move 2, so that'll open that flank more. We can move 3, which will just move him laterally, which will still leave that flank open, pardon me, that flank protected. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's move 3, move the mouse a little bit, and boom, 3's moved up there. So that's made it to where it's that much less space for the German to be able to attack Liège. Meanwhile, Bastogne is like it is. And oh man, ooh, I screwed up. I could have done an attack on there, which could have been 3, 4, 5, 6. Pardon me, 3, 4, 5 on 3. 5 to 3, that isn't really very good odds. So I don't regret that. So let's go ahead and, that's all we can do for the turn. So let's go ahead and hit move to next combat. And boom, that's all we've got. So right now what we wanted to do with the Americans is go ahead and push back a little bit and then shore up our lines, make it tougher for the German, and then also to just buy a little bit of time. And also we had a little bit of chance, so with 3-to-1 odds, boom, did a little counterattack, get that going. But now we've got our turn completed, the game is saved for the end of American turn 1, and we're moving to German turn 2. So that was pretty quick, but again, this is pretty much meant to be a German walkover of the Americans, but so far so good for the Americans, and let's see what happens on the next side. Thanks for watching.